Hello, people. I hope that everyone is doing great, and I'm doing fantastic. I hope everybody's doing great and fantastic. That's how I normally start things off. But today, I'm going to take you people who are here to join with me on a little journey down the rabbit hole of my mind. I want to cover various topics. So much things have been going on, and some of it I find interesting. It's interesting enough for me to dialogue about it, and I wish I could be sitting somewhere at a bar that serve water, preferably beer. But I would enjoy the dialogue that would come from these conversations because so many interesting things have happened. Um, First and foremost, Brother Bill Cosby's situation, getting charged for sexual assault. Um, Interesting would be the term. Well, it's intriguing because it's just wow that happened. Um, Janelle Monae saying she's a pansexual. Okay, also intriguing and interesting. And for me, which is not as major, but a lot of other people may think it's extremely major geopolitically. Kim Jung Un meeting with the president, I'm assuming, of South Korea. Now, I haven't really watched the news. When I pass by and I hear the radio playing or somebody made reference to it, it's came into my mind. So I'm going to probably look this up and discuss it. But first, as I'm here and I'm chilling, I'm going to crack a beer, which I haven't did in a while, and this is called Black Beast Black IPL. So I guess that's Indian Pale Lager. I don't know, and it's by Phantom Carriage, brewed in Cannon, Carson, California. One of the greatest places on the planet Earth. I like the way I say greatest places. Like I can't say places. But anyway, 6% alcohol by volume. And it says all type of stuff. Nice horror horror themed brewery with a nice can. And I'm about to crack it and drink it. And then I'm gonna dive in. Oh, okay, it's a black something. We'll see IPL, so I guess it's a lager. Okay, we'll do it like that. We got time. Today I got time. I'm sorry. Lovely. I like the way that sounds. Looks good. Got a big head on it. Um, I need to let it settle. I want to drink it so bad. Yeah. First, I'm going to talk about the the Me Too hashtag Me Too hashtag youtoo hashtag not you movement, and I bring it up first. I don't want to diminish any situation that any person has been through because I don't know what you've been through. Only you and the person that you're involved with knows what you've been through. So for me to even try to make light of your situation, I can do it. But for me to do that would be rather insensitive. And so I am insensitive. I'm going to make light of your situation. Woo, sorry. But um, in the normal sense of attractiveness, now, I haven't did much research heavily into the Me Too situation. So this will be me speaking out of ignorance. I have not yet seen, in my opinion, which is rather little, no research behind it, and I'm shallow. I have not seen any extremely beautiful, like, oh my God, women coming out saying, I was assaulted or done wrong by powerful men yet. I'm not trying to wish that on anybody, and I don't want to be proven wrong, but if you can, I'm all open for it. I don't see the Selma Hayeks. I don't see or hear the Jennifer Lopez's, the Beyonce's, the Tyra Banks, I guess, the Holly Berries. I don't hear these ladies coming out and saying such and such assaulted me. Now, due to my little bit of ignorance, the ladies that I do see, in my mind, aren't the most attractive ladies. I mean, or I haven't done much research. They're it just okay. You know, I'm going all over the place, but let me say this: it's much more likely the ladies that need something are the ones that are coming out about the Me Too. Shallow Charles is the one saying this, and he's like, I'm ignorant. The women that are in, usually, this is all off ignorance again, insecure situations, are financially well off, are really not speaking about it. If you're getting the attention that you think you deserve, or you're set in life, I don't really hear those ladies talking about Me Too. And I'm not trying to say that it has not happened. Like I said before, it's out of ignorance. Now, I don't know Bill. I've never met him. I watched the Cosby Show. It was a great model for the black family, or for any family in America or in the world, if you believe in that extended nuclear family where the grandparents would come over sometimes. So it was great to see that, and where both the mother and the father were strong individuals. And it was a loving, respectful relationship when they were both strong individuals, which some people seem to be against, but I'm all for it. I don't care. A woman wants to be doctor, lawyer, primary breadwinner, or whatever you choose to do. Just do you. That's what I say. But yeah, I watched Fat Albert. You know, so I know a little bit about Bill. I've seen some of his stand-up, and I know that Bill at one time was the man, and I know one of his closest buddies was Hugh Hefner. So let's just be real. I don't think Bill ever had trouble getting some cooch. He's a celebrity. He's the man. I would just see women throwing themselves at him. So let me say this: for Mr. Cosby to have to coerce or steal some loving from a lady just doesn't really seem conclusively sound. It doesn't seem like it would be something he would have to do, because he was Bill Cosby. But then again, I'm ignorant. It wouldn't make sense. If I had friends, and my friends could get me ladies that are fine, that would be willing to get with me, why would I have to drug them? I mean, that's just the way I see things. Hold on. Let me drink my beer now. But like I say, I'm just ignorant. Yeah, it tastes a lot of caramel. Not extremely hoppy, but there's a hop to it. I don't know whether it tastes like a roasted chestnuts or something. On an open fire. I'm just really thinking about it. And now Bill was married, and moralistically, ethically, him going outside of his marriage, in most people's opinion, was wrong. See, I don't know what deal he had with Camille. Maybe his marriage was open and it was all good. But the problem was, and the problem still is, nobody was in the room with Bill other than the ladies and himself. And as we all know, Bill did not want to be monogamous. This is why this all happened. Bill wanted some strange. He wanted something different than Camille. He wanted something different than that. So that leads me to say something. As a man, I think that the laws in this society, in America, they need to be changed. This situation of Bill getting in trouble, drugging random ladies or assaulting random ladies would have never happened if prostitution was legal. Because that's all he wanted was something different. You know, why couldn't he just have an even exchange? Hey, you know what? I'm married. I just want to get something different. Let me just pay. Sign this contract. Boom, boom, boom. Bust a fat one and he out. I mean, if Bill would have been in that type of situation, it would have been so much better for him. But you know, a little bit of beer make burp. But because we live in a society where people don't want people to be honest, people want you to be deceptive. You want him to do what you think he should do, so he got married because he wanted a family. But he didn't want to be monogamous. He had Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner got him a million girls. He's like, man, I want something different. You know, I'm Bill Cosby. I'm assuming girls threw themselves on him in whatever way it went. It could have been he offered them to make their careers better or whatever, but somehow they got together. And maybe he didn't keep his promise. And this is just conjecture. Due to him not keeping his promise, a lot of ladies wanted revenge. So that could be one thing. Or it could have been, you know, the conspiracy thing. The greater power wanted to destroy Bill Cosby, which could be true. Who knows? However, we do know that if Bill could have just paid for some straight strange because he's married, which maybe he should have never done. I'm not saying his wife was not supportive because I don't know her. However, if he could have just bought something legally, hey, I want an escort or I want someone this is $10,000. Let me get a good one and I'm out. I mean, I think that's too much, but hey, if the girls wanted, if he wants to pay and the girls think it's worth that and y'all all agree on that, then who am I to tell you what too much is? But that's what I believe. I believe that prostitution should be legal. I am not advocating for any man to trick his money off or spend it, but listen, that's really what the ladies want you to do anyway. Most men, I can't say all because there's no such thing as absolute. Why do you think they take ladies out on dates? Why? And then when you hear ladies saying if you don't spend money, he's not worth it. Because a lot of ladies promote that gold digging mentality, which I'm not opposed to. Do you? However, if that's what it is, I got to offer you security to get to the golden pot. Why don't just cut it short? Let me just do this straight up so you can't use me and I won't use you. Because that's what's happening. The ladies want something and they're not getting it, they feel used. The guy spent all his money and he's not getting it, he feel used. Unless that's what he wants to do. So if a guy wants to just fly you to Paris and just look at you like a painting and let you go, that's all great as long as you agree upon it. See, communication is the key. If Bill says it was consensual and the lady says it's not consensual, then there was a miscommunication. Because in Bill's mind, I thought you knew what I wanted. You know, you came to my room, laid in my bed at night. You knew what was going down. You wanted to party with me. Why would I party with you unless we're making a movie or we going to be making some moves to get you to the movie? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I know so many people will disagree. I'm not here to tell people what's right or wrong. I'm not here to teach morals or ethics. Or am I here to conduct courses on law? Because laws can be changed by the consensus of the people in legislature, changing the laws. You know what it is. So I am one who is who's a staunch believer that just because we don't say it doesn't mean it does not happen. If so many people don't really want to be monogamous. And I'm not saying you can't be monogamous. I'm not saying monogamy is not a great thing. But this situation is like me telling you or any person that all you can eat is a hamburger. Sooner or later, you're going to get sick of a hamburger. So what are you going to do? Put it in a taco shell? It's still a hamburger. Or, you know, put it in a box. It's a wrapper. It's a different wrapper, but check it out. It's still a hamburger. Sooner or later, you're going to be like, damn it, I want a hamburger. And that's what happens to a lot of people. People get sick of each other and they go their own way. They divorce or they don't remain monogamous. They become unfaithful. I'm not going to go commitment in there because that's a different thing. Commitment is just sticking to something. So monogamy, commitment are different. I don't like the term cheating, just like I don't really like the term game because life is not a game. I'm not playing it. And I know some people use the term game as a slang, like your style of approach to doing what you do. That is all great. You do that. My game is no game. if I got game. Because people say, "Oh, Charles, you got game." I'm just trying to live, and I'm trying to do me, and I'm trying to communicate exactly what I want from everyone that I deal with, and that's it. I'm not trying to play you. I'm not trying to get nothing from you that you do not want to give. I value myself highly, but it is always subjective to the observer. So you may think I'm worth a couple billion, which of course I probably am. Somebody else may think I'm worth just 1 billion, because I can't go no lower than that. But that's really what it is. So who am I to tell somebody what their cost is? Now, back to Bill. I feel sad for the man. I don't think he's done anything different than anybody else. Really, I can't say that. But you got brothers talking about grandma the pussy. You got TV show anchors talking about bend lower so I can look at your boobies or different type of stuff. And those are all like recorded stuff. However, you got this man, due to something that happened 20, 30 years ago, due to what one person said, gets convicted of something. And that's crazy to me. So let me tell you what happened to me. When I was 2 years old, I had a nurse. I don't remember her name. She fondled me in the hospital. Yeah. I can remember her. Whatever her name was. Her name was Jane Smith. Let's go back and arrest her. Let's take her to jail. Jane. I remember what you did to me, Jane. I can't sleep at night, Jane. Let's go get her. Don't let Jane get away. Jane. Okay, back to it. See, that's what's so crazy. I could just make up something and make it believable in like 2 seconds, and I could ruin Jane Smith or Jane Doe's whole career, and nothing ever happened. How can I remember what happened that too? I can't remember what happened yesterday when I was in the restroom using it. I can't really remember because it passed so fast. It was a bloop bloop. It was a bloop bloop bloop. Do I know? I don't know. So that's what's so crazy. We convict people with no real evidence just due to the public opinion, just because we don't like them or because it's a consensus. He's a bad man. She's a bad woman. Really, it's men though. So it is what it is. And I'm not saying Bill is innocent of anything. I'm not justifying anything. I am just saying that the laws are wrong. We need to make prostitution legal. So next time, if he ever doesn't go to jail and he wants to bust a nut, if you can see the nut, because I heard he's legally blind. So this kid would hit a brothel, bust him a fat one, been on his merry way, and be like, Camille, I got the Jello. Look at my Jello. So it is what it is. Amazing. Cheers, people. This is like a creamy thingy. Creamy. And you know what I'm about to do? Because this is like, it's auto-focusing. So I'm going to turn that off if I can. Boop. All right. So next. All right. You can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. You want to be a Martian. You want to be a nucleotide. If you want to be a Covenant soldier from Halo. I do not give a shit. If you want to be a mutant from Fallout, New Cola from Fallout, if you want to know, I'm all great for you. And this hoodie is Think Geek hoodie. I love Think Geek, puts out great stuff for the geek in you. Anyway, you can be whatever you want to be. But however, I don't understand all these terms that people are coming up with. This stuff is just causing more confusion. I don't want more confusion. I'm a man. I am a man. That's what I am. I'm a male. I'm a man. I'm masculine. That's what I am. A male man that's masculine. All right? My gender is that of a man, a male. I am a man. You can be a female. You can be whatever you want to be. But when I see you, whatever I see is what I perceive. And when you tell me different, okay, I can accept that you want me to call you something different. And I can do that out of respect for you. But when I see you, hopefully I can identify you as what you are. Don't get offended. But stop coming up with all these new terms. I understand homosexuality. I understand being gay, being a lesbian, all this different stuff. This Janelle Monae, hyper trans super duper sexual, whatever she called herself. I don't know what it is. But she says she's a, I think she's a transsexual. Let me go look because it's interesting. Okay, what are you, Janelle? Oh, she's pansexual. Singer and actress Janelle Monae sheds light on her sexual orientation in a new interview. Being a black queer woman in America. See, I really don't know what the term queer means. Let me look that up real fast because I think queer means weird to me. Strange, odd. Okay. Yeah. Someone who has been in relationship with both men and women. I consider myself to be free. Free motherfucker, she said in a Rolling Stone cover story published online Thursday. Monae, a 6-time Grammy nominee, who has also starred in films such as Moonlight, I don't want to see it, but I've heard about it and I don't want to see it, and Hidden Figures, says she's still learning about her sexuality. Damn, how much can you learn about sexuality? Either you want to do it or you don't. That's it. Either you're doing sex or you're not. That's it. What else can you learn? I want to do Muppets. I want to do action figures and play with G.I. Joes. I'm a cooch. Oh, that turns me on. I don't get it. What else can you learn? But then later I read about pansexuality, and I was like, oh, these are things that I identify with too. I'm open to learning about myself, she said. So I don't know what pansexual is. Monae's sexual orientation has been a source of speculation in the past. In a 2013 interview with Pride Source, she said, I just live my life, and people can feel free to discuss whatever it is that they think and use whatever adjectives they feel. It's a free country. Okay, Monae, so you're free to say you're pansexual, transsexual, hypersexual, supersexual. I'm going to hyperspace and I'm a fucking hyperspace. You do that. Monae told Rolling Stone that the answers to the question around her sexuality were always in her music. She cites mushrooms and roses. So what you're a plant sexual? You want to get some chlorophyll in the cooch? And Queen, as two songs that portray a woman named Mary as a love interest. In Queen, she sings, say, is it weird to like the way she wears her tights? And is it rude to wear my shades? Am I a freak because I love to watch Mary? Monae hope is that her new album, Dirty Computer, which debuts Friday, will inspire those who feel left out for being different. You know what? I thank you, Monae. I feel you, girl. I feel you. And I'm a Charles sexual. I just want to have sex with Charles. I don't get it. Sorry. It was funny to me. Monae hopes, okay, I want young girls, young boys, non-binary, gay, straight, queer people who are having a hard time dealing with their sexuality, dealing with feeling ostracized or bullied for just being their unique selves, to know that I see you, she said. This album is for you. Be proud. Okay, so maybe you're an insect sexual. You want to have sex with insects, or you're an ant sexual. Don't get me into this. Over my head. You do you, girl. I don't care. Go play with a joystick. I feel you. Walk down the street and say, I love my joystick. Then there's some girl love a train station or something, and I gotta look that up. Some weird people. You're queer. I accept that. Not mad at you though. It's strange. Stuff is strange. Oh man, I had to Google the lady who started the metoo. Okay, Janelle Monae comes out as pansexual and it's not the same as bisexual. Okay. All right. Star Trek sexual. Have sex and be like, live long and prosper when I'm doing you. I'm a force sexual. I'm gonna use Jedi mind tricks on the coochie. I'm sorry. Some of this stuff, man, I just get lost on. B2 founder Tarana Burke. Oh my gosh. I bet you she has to have a beautiful spirit. She just has to. Because she's a very unique looking lady. This lady right here. Woohoo! Just unique looking. Very much so.
Out-of-state billionaires are trying to buy our politicians
To divert money out of our...
because I hate advertisement. Now let's go to North Korea. I'm interested. North Korea news. Let's look at this. And this is from the New York Times. Seoul, South Korea. The leaders of North and South Korea agreed on Friday to work to remove all nuclear weapons from the Korean peninsula and within the year pursue talks with the United States to declare an official end to the Korean War, which ravaged the peninsula from 1950 to 1953. At a historic summit meeting, the first time a North Korean leader had ever set foot in the South, the leader vowed to negotiate a treaty to replace a truce that had kept an uneasy peace on the divided Korean peninsula for more than 6 decades, while ridding it of nuclear weapons. A peace treaty has been one of the incentives North Korea has demanded in return for dismantling its nuclear program. You know what? Some stuff I don't understand. I understand the nuclear deterrent. But who decides what country has the right to have nuclear weapons? What country doesn't? Because I would say, if you got a gun, can I have a gun? I mean, that's just the way I look at things. Now, you guys may not agree, but unless we all adhere to say we're going to be under a one world government, which we are not yet under, would you trust someone else if you want to live your life to have a weapon and let you still live your life? I mean, I don't care how much you cry. If I got a gun, what can you say? I can shoot you. And I'm not an advocate of war. I'm just being logical. You got to always think, will this be beneficial for me? I think he ain't got no choice. When you ain't got no choice, you got to do what you're forced to do. I'm always one for peace. I'm always one for the dismantling of nuclear weapons. However, I'm always going to think, what are you giving up? What concessions must be made for this to happen? And how will it be beneficial for you and your people? That's one thing that I see. We don't live in a totally just world. We live in a totally fair world. And I'm not a geopolitical scholar. I just find a lot of this stuff funny. Man, I feel sad for Bill. I feel sad for the ladies. I feel real sad for the unattractive ladies that are victims of metoo. Because I understand. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Ain't no man. Let me be quiet. I'm gonna say some insensitive stuff. I'm gonna stop. This beer, Blast Beast Black IPL, is not bad. I went all over the place with this. I'm gonna end this right now because it is what it is. Life is hilarious. Go slap somebody on the butt. Let's look up more what's happening in this interesting world, and maybe we gonna change it. Have a great day, people. Oh, tastes good. Different.